Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. With that, let's get up to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. For the call, we bring in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
Get us started now, the kicker Chris Boswell, and we are underway from Cincinnati. This is taken at his 4, and he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the former Texas Christian University Horned Frog, Andy Dalton.
And there's no substitute for experience in this league, and what it usually leads to, a whole lot of confidence. Andy Dalton is sharp with where to go with the football now. I think he sees reads before they actually even happen. He can sense them now, and he is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Jet sweep, Boyd with it, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Looking left sideline, incomplete. And a look now at the Cincinnati offense.
Out of the backfield is Joe Mixon, and he was a valuable commodity coming out of the University of Oklahoma because of his ability to be so versatile. Can run it inside with power, gets to the perimeter and can outrun people, catches the ball not only out of the backfield, but you can split him out just like he would be a receiver. And I think if he wanted to dedicate himself, he'd be an all-pro kick returner.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Good stop, baby. That's a baby stop.
They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. And that will be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. This from 54 yards away. And that hits the crossbar and comes back, and it's no good. And by just a whisker, this remains a scoreless game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that too, but it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that's incomplete. The intended receiver out of the backfield was Jalen Samuels. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. First carry for James Conner. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 20-yard line.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Black 20. Man, I got you.
On 1st and 10 is Conner. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll get 3 out of the dump-off there, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Let's go, team.
3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. Then he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too.
Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
They'll run here with Connor. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets them closer to the goal line with second down coming up. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
They'll run with Samuels. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. He finds his tight end Gentry. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Like 80. What we got? What we got? What we got?
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Complete. It's Johnson. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me.
They'll run on first down. Connor. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Like 5. Pick me up. Here we go.
They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Connor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. The 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. That time, a 9-play drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Getting set to go again, Andy Dalton marches back onto the field. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. A little jet sweep to start the drive, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want on board with that call.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Got his man, it's Eifert. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Let's go, defense. Our time.
And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Hands up, 318! Get the ball. Chance.
On 1st down, Bernard. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
It's easy work. Coming again.
And the starting defensive unit here for Pittsburgh.
Bud Dupree came out of the University of Kentucky determined to let everyone know that they play football there as well as basketball. A terrific pass rusher off the edge.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Dalton gives to Bernard. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Got a man open, it's Ross. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying. And hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. And Pittsburgh getting set to take it. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. Running to start the drive is Samuels. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And it's hauled in by Nick Vanette. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Roethlisberger now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. On 2nd down, Samuels. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead with another 1st down, almost back to the drawing board.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Complete to Washington. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 37.
Well, they obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, and then he curls back inside for the completion.
Roethlisberger now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 2nd down, it's Connor, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on Roethlisberger will throw. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
What, 30? 59. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. This is caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins got home that time.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And it's caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Extra point now by Boswell. He's got it, and it's 17-0. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. All right, let's focus now on Giovanni Bernard. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Dalton here. He gets this one to Boyd. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Bernard. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. And at 3rd in the nose of the football. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a carry for Bernard. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Bernard. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Dalton bootlegs out. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A Bengal first down on a 16-yard pickup there.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run on first down. Bernard. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
The first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Dalton. He's got his man. This is Tate. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. First chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. To throw here, Dalton. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now it's the backup Finley. To the left side here for Eifert. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
3rd and goal for Finley. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Please tell me this doesn't come off as snarky, but that's a relative chip shot. I mean, you've got to be able to execute that one. I don't care what they do on the other side about trying to block the kick. That should be 3 points on the board.
You know, we've talked about it before. If you're out at 55, 60 yards, low trajectory from here, you get that thing up, this should be 3.
Yeah, there's nothing routine in football, but this one really almost should be. Snap, hold, kick, ball through the post. Did it anyway.
So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal. Now it's Roethlisberger. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. Get it done.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll try and run forward with Connor. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
A draw play. Bernard trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He completes it to Tate. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Pulled in at the 24. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They go draw play. This is Samuels. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw here, Roethlisberger. This is Johnson. He's got it. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
180. Check, 59. Wild Bill.
On first down, Connor. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the slant.
From just shy of midfield, Roethlisberger. This one complete, right side to McDonald. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 24-yard line. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Roethlisberger now at 200 yards already in this first half, and he's not done yet. 1st and 10. Connor on the toss play, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes are being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. On the run is Connor, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Boswell's kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Here's Dalton. Got his man. It's Eifert. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 29-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pick up there. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Andy Dalton now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. This will be Dalton again. That's complete. Bernard. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So Dalton now gets it to his running back, Bernard. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Another chance for Dalton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
2nd down and goal. Dalton, open man is Ross, complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. Bullock's kick is good, and that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Here's Connor. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Defensively, Sam Hubbard, the former Buckeye, there to stop him. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen, but everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
They'll run on first down. It's Connor, and across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
8 yards on
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
You can't block me.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger finds his running back, James Conner. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Come on. You got double time. Double time.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the gun, a give to Conner. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll stay on the ground with Conner again. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick. Right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, gets stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Andy Dalton. And the catch good. It's Eifert. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And Eifert has it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Throwing, Dalton. He's got his man. This is Tate. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football.
Easy one. It's easy one. It's coming again.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Dalton. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And he missed it. That was neither far enough. It wasn't even on target. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So special teams lets them down again. That's now 3 missed field goals in 4 attempts thus far.
And, partner, no matter what metric you use, that is not getting the job done. On the sidelines, you've got to encourage him, but that's 9 points they know they should have had.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll wind up with 3 yards out of that, and it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Black 20. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check, check. Left leg in there.
On 2nd down now, Samuels. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Play action here with Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 22 yards there, a first down. Andy Dalton now, perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Hands up, lead. I got one.
On 2nd and 12, Dalton, he gets this one to Boyd. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. Got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Dalton. He completes it to Tate. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. On second down, here's Mixon. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch a slant, watch a slant, watch a slant.
Play action now, Dalton. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. Andy Dalton now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. A good pickup of 6 there on 1st down.
Down at the 6-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
You're 18. Check.
On 2nd down, Mixon, and that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll run it here with Bernard. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. So now here comes the field goal unit again, and this phase of the game has been an absolute disaster so far. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And Bullock will put this one through, and that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
Here we go.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On the counter, it's Connor. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Again, a run with Connor. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He gets this one to Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So make him 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start on the ground here with Bernard. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Dalton nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt, his 2nd sack of the night.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Dalton here from the gun. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
That's it. Big hit.
Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Bengals going for it. Here's Dalton. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On 1st and 10 is counter. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Run coverage, excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bengals getting set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. On the screen, Bernard. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I've thought late game, down on the scoreboard, Had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third? From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Hands up! Lead! Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Hands up!
1st and 10 for Dalton. He drops it off for Bernard. Bernard churning, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Black, what's that?
On 1st down, Connor. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Black 20.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
180. 59. Watch the run, watch the run. Watch twist.
On 3rd down, it's Connor. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it. Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And that will make the lead now 26. Well, it's hard to put your finger on whether this is something to celebrate or something maybe the offense is embarrassed by, but that's now 6 field goals he's made in this game alone. Yeah, he's bailed them out quite a bit so far, but it's very comforting to know that you have a kicker that's got your back. After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one. Big word.
I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Here's Dalton. Got his man. It's Eifert. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Check back.
Dalton. Open man is Ross, complete. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And it'll be Dalton again. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
2nd and 10. Dalton once more. Got a man open. It's Ross. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Hands up, VAT!
A 1st down throw coming for Dalton. And this will be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Dalton. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Another chance for Dalton. That's complete. Bernard. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton got an open man Uzomah. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They get 6 yards going for it on 4th, and now it's 1st and goal.
Coming to you, coming to you.
And again, Andy Dalton to throw. And that's incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Now Dalton. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
Dalton on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone.
A 23-yard attempt.
Bullock's kick is good. And that'll put us within 3 scores as it becomes now a 23-point game. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Here we go, here we go. Black 5. Come on. Here we go, here we go. Black, what's up?
They'll run on 1st down. It's Connor, and he'll be brought down at about the 42. It was Nick Vigil there on the stop.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Roethlisberger now off the bootleg, and it's incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And out now, here come the Bengals. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their own 24. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Passing, it's Dalton. Throw left side, complete to Ross. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Dalton now to pass. And his throw here's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. This will be Dalton again. And the throw there going to be incomplete. As this one moves towards its conclusion, another incomplete pass there. Thoughts on the secondary? I mean, they seem to be pretty effective in this one.
Yeah, I thought that they've been absolutely outstanding. I mean, their job is to prevent touchdowns, and not a single touchdown's going on the board against them. Of course, they want to make it a total shutout, but hey, if you don't give up touchdowns, you got a heck of a chance to win.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll try on 4th. Here's Dalton. And Tate's got it. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. He completes it to Tate. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 16 yards there at a first down again. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point. So now Dalton will lead the Bengals to the line as he'll come up and go for 2. They'll try and run with Bernard. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Like 80. 57. Get your swerve on. PK.
On 1st down, Connor. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Right back to Connor here on 1st. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
All right now, wide 80. 59. Get that quarterback and all Black, what's that?
This is Connor. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. On second down now, Samuels. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Cincinnati, good night, everybody.